And in recent years, its biggest contribution, I can say, at least in the world of academia, has been its support of the master's program, especially the LLM in international human rights and HIV in Africa. And I'd like to call it to say a few words. Thank you.
Giddy from this height. When Nelson Mandela died, we at HRDI were in the middle of a party. We were celebrating the end of an intensive three-week training program, handing out certificates, eating. Actually, at that time, all the speeches were made, all the certificates were handed out. We ate this absolutely delicious dinner, and we were in the middle of dancing. Some of us were outside around the fire, chatting, and then the music died. The party was over. Something else began. We prayed together, and then we departed, each of us to find our own way. We come from diverse backgrounds. We honor life and death in very different ways. This was clear to us, who come from 13 different countries at HRDI. But despite our differences, is there something that binds us all together? Today, there are 2 groups graduating here, some 40 people altogether. And while we are sitting here, political rivals in international politics are sitting together at Soccer City. While we are sitting here, I understand that Barack Obama actually shook Raul Castro's hands. I'll ask once again, is there something that binds us all together? What does Nelson Mandela symbolize? How did he get all these people to come here together? George Bush, Barack Obama, Raul Castro, all together. Robert Mugabe and Tony Blair, together, this time not insulting each other. I believe that there is something that binds us all together. I believe that there is a common humanity among and within us all, and that we are all bound by a common goodness. Sure, in our day-to-day life, we do not manifest that goodness every single moment of every single day of our life. That humanity, that compassion is not always alive in us at every single moment of our life. None of us are saints. But when we connect, when we live up to our duty, when we fulfill our duty, it is that light that shines a little brighter. Nelson Mandela, in the way he lived his life, the choices he made, the work he did, he showed us that indeed we can be better than we think we are capable of. We can do better than we think we are capable of. Let us imagine what our society would be like in a decade or 2 if each one of us, not only you, the graduates, but each one of us in this hall, if each one of us dedicated our degrees, our qualifications, and at least some of our time skills to the betterment of the weakest and most vulnerable in our societies. Imagine what our society would be. Imagine what our countries would be. Imagine what this continent would be. On the 24th of May, 1994, during his first State of the Nation address, Nelson Mandela said that in his dreams, he has a vision of all our people, of all the people of our country at play, enjoying sports, going to theatres, enjoying art, enjoying the beaches, the mountains, the game parks, the plains, and doing all of this in conditions of peace, security, and comfort. At Christmas, some of us may get that chance, but will all of us be able to enjoy these simple pleasures? This little dream, this vision, was what Madiba considered our glorious future. He reminded us that for all of us to be able to enjoy this, for all of us to be able to enjoy this people-centered society, all of us need to work hard for it. His last words to Parliament were, "Let us all get down to work." When he was asked, what would he like to have written on his tombstone? Anybody knows what he said? Here lies a man who has done his duty. Here lies a man who has done his duty. After all that hard work, and we know all of you have done really hard work to get to this point, I do indeed offer my heartfelt congratulations to you all. I do. But let me also gently remind you that the time for rest and celebration is short. Before I conclude my last paragraph, I would like to share with you that I've written 2 versions of it. And while sitting here, I had to make a decision around which version I read. Because it is a choice of making a commitment, a pledge with all of you here today, or hoping for a commitment and a pledge. I've decided to make the commitment. I'm only 45. Might seem very old, but I'm only 45. If I live as long as Nelson Mandela, that means I have 50 years more. You can calculate how many more. If you live for as long as Nelson Mandela, you can calculate how many years you have left. And this is where my decision comes. I have many, many, many years of service. If I live until 50, hopefully I have at least 45, say 40. Let's be realistic. Let's say 40. Hopefully, until I'm 85, I can continue to serve people. I can continue to do my duty. I don't know really what that means day to day. I don't necessarily know who I will serve, how I will serve, when I will serve, and what I will actually be doing to serve. I don't know what this demands of me. But today, I make a pledge. I make a pledge to continue asking that question all the time. What does my duty demand of me to do? To figure out the answer to that question, and then to actually do it. How about you?